Okay, here's an old precision chainsaw I picked up. They're made in Canada sometime in the 40s. Really cool old saws. Float bowl carburetor down in there. This is your hand clutch and throttle, one piece. It's in extremely good shape. There's an extra chain. There's a good chain on. I know it's a bit rusty. Right now it has no spark. I usually don't do videos on taking stuff apart and fixing it. Thought I'd try another one for something to do. Some people are interested in how they come apart and what's involved in it. Anyway, so to get out the spark or get out the ignition system, you got a bolt here, bolt back there. Got to undo the fuel line, shut off valve. There's a couple bolts for this shroud. Take the nut off. Anyway, it's a really nice complete saw. The clutch cover on the other side, all the parts that are missing, usually like this breather and all that, it's all there. It's a great saw. Worst thing I see right now is this spark plug where it looks like it's been burnt somehow over time. Anyway, I'm going to take some of it apart, and when I get a little bit done, I'll get back to you. Okay, got it all apart. There's a bit of a mouse nest in there. 4 bolts takes this bottom half off, but you got to take the top half off. I forgot, right in here you got an oil line, because your oil tank and fuel tank are at the top. A real nice part about these flywheels, this nut here, you loosen it off. This bracket, or inside piece of it, holds the nut, so when you actually loosen the nut off, it pulls the flywheel right off for you. It's a really nice thing. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but the points are a bit oily. I'll clean them up, get rid of the oil, check the gap, and we'll put it back together and see if we got spark. Be back with you in just a bit. Okay, I got the points all cleaned up. They were a little oily, a little bit of burnt on it. Anyway, I cleaned them up, and hopefully we can capture the spark here. Not sure if that worked or not, but play it back and we'll see. I'll talk to you in a minute. Alright, I got this side all back together. No big deal. Just cleaned up all in behind. There's a lot of crap, grease and grime built up on it. So it's all back together. An interesting thing about these, right on the gas cap there, that's the serial number. And then enough light down there. There's another serial number down on the other side. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. I'll get back to it tomorrow or the next day whenever I get time. Pull the car apart, clean it, and put some gas in it and try and fire it up, hopefully. Anyway, when I get more, I'll turn you back on. Bye. Alright, so back at this saw. So look at the other side. Here's a clutch cover that's missing on the majority of them, and lots of times this breather setup's missing or broken. It's kind of a strange setup. You got the muffler or a header, whatever you want to call it, and your breather attaches to it. The carburetors are quite a nightmare to get out. And in behind here, here's your reed plate, and it's got a rubber washer for a reed. Anyway, I'm going to get it out, going to take a look at it. I don't want to just pour fuel in and hope that the carb's clean. So we'll get that out and we'll have a better look at it. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, I got the carburetor apart. Not so lucky. You can see the crud down in the carburetor. There's inside the float bowl. Float's kind of tarnished up pretty good. Here's your reed for it. It's just like a double rubber. Anyway, goes up against the block like that side in. The carburetor goes on this side, draws through the 4 holes there, and there's the side where it goes on. Easiest to get the carb off, just drop the back frame down. You can see there. You can't really get out of ink with it up. Anyway, I'm going to clean this carburetor up and make a new float bowl gasket because it's junk. Anytime, if you've never taken one of these carbs apart, when this float bowl's on here, this jet goes through here, got to make sure to remove the jet, because if you try and pull the bowl off, the jet goes into there. Always count your amount of turns before you turn it in. See what it is. This one was at a half a turn. I'll put it back to that and go from there. Anyway, when I get more, I'll bring you back. Thanks. Alrighty, I just wanted to share with anybody that's interested in these. This here is a jet. It goes right up through the center of this carburetor. Or down through it. Goes right down through there. Anyway, right down through there. The fuel has to go through the tip of this, you probably can't see, and then out the side here there's a little wee tiny pinhole. I spray some carb cleaner, or you can spray whatever you want through it. Just make sure it's good and clean. So it's part of your idle circuit. Comes right out there. There's a hole right there. You gotta make sure that's clear, that's where your high speed jet goes. Get the float cleaned up. Float comes out. There's a screw inside of the float bowl. That's your kind of hinge point for the float. Just made myself up another quick gasket. Anyway, you should always make sure everything's nice and clean. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Carb's got to be good and clean, or you have nothing but problems. Anyway, when I get this all back together, I'll turn you on. Thanks. Bye.